Golden State Media Concepts social media podcast. Time to hashtag everything. We talk about all the fun, crazy stories on social media. From Instagram to Facebook, Twitter to Tumblr, or probably even Friendster. Join us each week as we explore the quirky side of social media. It's the Golden State Media Concepts social media podcast.
It's simple, such a sad song. The one that we rely on to get us.
Hello and welcome to the GSMC Social Media News Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I am your host, Sarah, and we are here for another episode of Social Media News, talking about what is trending, things that are going viral, all of that good stuff that you read about on social media. And of course, you know, there's a lot, but we'll see what's been going on in the last couple of days since our last episode. We're going to start with Stranger Things. Stranger Things Season 3 premieres on Netflix on July 5th. And the cast is finally, apparently it's been long awaited, out promoting the show. As part of that, they teamed up with Jimmy Fallon, which they've done before. It's part of promotions. So they decided to, excuse me, I just lost my train of thought a little bit. They decided to get up close and personal with some of the fans, and they decided to do that at the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. And that is where they went to pull some pranks that apparently were equal parts hilarious and heartwarming. There is this episode is entitled Stranger Things and Viral Videos. This story also has a video, of course, because it is a part of Jimmy Fallon. So in the video, Millie, Bobby Brown, Finn Wolfhard, and the rest of the younger generation of Stranger Things stars team up with Jimmy Barb Fallon, that's in quotes, for some Tonight Show hijinks. So it all took place in Times Square at Madame Tussauds Wax Museum there, where fans thought they were taking a picture with the wax figures of the Stranger Things cast, but time and again, each set of fans got a surprise when the real cast via the real cast before their awestruck eyes. So luckily one fan had worn their Justice for Barb t-shirt, so Jimmy Fallon's Barb outfit felt victorious. And if you hadn't caught that when I sort of stumbled over Jimmy Barb Fallon, yes, Barb was from the first season. And the cast did a great job pretending to be wax statues. I mean, they have to hold really still while the people are coming in, getting situated for their pictures. And I don't know that I wouldn't have been able to blink or not blink or sneeze or do something. But so in all the clips that they show, everyone is perfectly, they are believing that these are wax statues. Well, one person does say they look so real. And so they sit down on a bench in front of the cast where they are holding still. And then as the camera person says 1, 2, 3, then the cast does something to let them know that they are not in a room with wax figurines, but with real people. And their reactions are great. They're what you would expect. There's,
Jumping and jaw dropping and screaming, and then when they turn around and realize that they are with the cast and a very weirdly outfitted Jimmy Fallon, because, well, he has a beard and Barb did not have a beard, then, they're really excited. But it's a very cute video, and the cast look like they had a blast. It's all the younger cast members and Barb, who's played by, of course, Jimmy. So it's a pretty funny and cute video if you are a fan of Stranger Things, or if you're a fan of kind of sweet, cute
mostly innocent pranks, then that may be something that you want to check out. Another story that I read comes to us from Bored Panda, which is one place that I like to go. It comes up on my Facebook all the time, probably because I keep clicking on stories from it. But they're good stories. They're usually rather on the sweet side. They do have ads, but they aren't like massive clickbait where you have to click through 800 different screens just to get to the story that you are trying to read. But this story is, it's entitled "Japanese Zoo Escape Drill Goes Viral and People Are Laughing at the Real Lion's Reactions." So the Japanese zoo decided to perform a lion escape. They did so by putting a person in what looks like a lion mascot outfit. This is at the Toby Zoo in Ehime, Ehime. It, you're not going to have a lion escape using real lions, so they had a human dress up as a lion. But the fake lion was observed by the real lion inhabitants of the zoo. As the imposter, the story says, was roaming the zoo freely, the real lions kept there, observed the scene. We'll never know if it was intended, but maybe they have learned the lesson as well. So, yes, oh gosh, the pictures are hilarious. So there's the zoo crew with their net, and they are decked out in their uniforms with large boots, and they look like hard hats, but they might not be. And the lion human is down on the ground, and the net is over him. So it's obviously, it was good practice for the zoo workers, but the lions look so super bored, and maybe those are just lion faces, but their reactions are pretty funny. So this is also a video. I think dang near everything on this episode is a video, and one person responded on Instagram saying, "I worked in the zoo and can confirm they do these drills like this. One time they did a rhino drill and very slowly drove a golf cart around with a rhino label on it." LMAO. Another person commented, "They've just taught the lions their emergency plan. I'm not sure that's the smartest move." So you look at the pictures, and the lions, in the one picture they look bored, and in another picture they look like they're just like, what in the heck is going on here? I have absolutely no idea. And lots of good comments. My friend worked at a zoo that did an elephant escape. Funny thing was, during the drill, a baby elephant did escape. He ran around, even pushed over a popcorn cart, but ran back to the enclosure and acted all innocent. He had a fun time. The lions' faces are pretty funny, and then the comments are entertaining. So that, I don't know, I just thought that was cute, and it kind of made me giggle, which is what I really like social media for, is when it can distract me and make me giggle a little bit. I'm pretty easy in my social media needs. Another feel-good story, it comes to us from Pink, who often shows up on social media. This time the story is not so much about her, it's about her concert and the person who got in without a ticket. That is because at her concert in Liverpool's Anfield Stadium recently, a baby was born. Yes. So during the very first song at the Tuesday night show, a fan gave birth to a baby girl. According to the Liverpool Echo, Denise Jones was a couple days away from her official due date when she went into labor during the very first set. Paramedics rushed the concert goer to the sidelines, where two doctors were on hand for what turned out to be a very fast delivery. Chloe Dryhurst posted pictures on Instagram, her in the hospital with the baby, her with the paramedics, and then the baby herself, who's very cute. She said baby Dolly Pink was born at Anfield whilst watching at Pink concert. Mom and baby are doing amazing. Thank you to the amazing paramedics that delivered her. At LFC, at Live Echo News, #LiverpoolBaby, #Liverpool 2 heart emojis. 4 minutes after Pink took the stage, a 6-pound, 4.5-ounce baby named Dolly Pink arrived during that set. another quote, there's another post, a tweet, this time from someone who helped deliver the baby, says, "Wow, at Dr. John Matt 8 and I just delivered a healthy baby girl at Anfield at the Pink gig. Thank you for your help." She lists a bunch of people and then says, "Amazing." Not just a GP, hashtag pink for a girl, hashtag Anfield. I'm still massively in shock, just a bit gutted. I missed the concert, the new mom joked to the publication the next day, but I couldn't be any happier right now. And she is not the only one who is smiling and happy. News of this delivery, of course, made its way to Pink, and she responded because, of course, she did. She wrote, "Dolly Pink wanted to get the party started." She wrote alongside a screen grab of the news, and that reference to her 2001 dance pop anthem was particularly apt given that Pink was performing that track when Dolly's mom went into labor. And then there's another quote, another post from Chloe Dryhurst, "Our gorgeous Dolly Pink," and a couple more pictures of her with the new baby. So I guess if you're a Pink fan, even in the womb, then you want to be at the concert. And little baby Dolly decided to make her appearance a couple days early and, maybe kind of ruined her mom's concert going experience, but definitely made her mom's day in other ways, I can only imagine. With that heartwarming story, we are going to take our first break of the podcast. When we come back, more viral videos. So stay tuned. You're listening to the GSMC Social Media News Podcast, and I'll be right back.
Always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Welcome back to the GSMC Social Media News Podcast. Before the break, we were talking about the baby that was born at the Pink concert. Dolly Pink was her name. And a lion, not really a lion, that escaped and didn't really escape at a zoo in Japan. We're going to move on to a video that was in response to one of those great headlines that you always read in line at the supermarket that talks about which celebrity couple is breaking up this week and, all the heartbreak and etc. This time it was referring to Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, saying that they have broken up. This apparently was news to them. They saw the headline on the cover of a magazine and responded by posting a video on Instagram. So the video is Ashton Kutcher looking concerned and saying, "Babe, what's happening? What's going on?" to his wife, Mila Kunis, in a June 19th Instagram video. Mila then drops a major bombshell, telling Ashton, "It's over between us." She holds up her phone, showing a picture of the tabloid magazine cover with a picture of that 70s show, Sweethearts, and the headline, "It's over." Ashton, of course, can't believe his eyes or ears. "It's over between us? Oh my God, what are we going to do?" "I felt suffocated," Mila says, albeit nonchalantly. "You felt suffocated by me?" Ashton said with a shocked voice before asking, "I was just so overbearing, wasn't I?" Mila also relays the news that she took the kids, that would be daughter Wyatt, who's 4, and son Dimitri, who's 2, while revealing Ashton's very dark secret was the cause of the breakup. As to what that secret was, Mila couldn't say, as she didn't read the magazine, but only had a picture of the cover. "I guess it's over," Ashton captioned the sarcastic video. "Maybe next week my wife will be having twins, but for the third time. But who's counting?" Mila and Ashton's video got some love from fellow celebs whose drama has been front page news on similar periodicals. "This is amazing," Demi Lovato commented while adding a heart emoji. Dax Shepard wrote, "Damn it, I was going to take a run at MK. I want a refund. Dax's marriage, of course, to Kristen Bell has ended similarly numerous times within the pages of those same magazines, so I'm sure he knows how it feels to be the one of the last people to find out about your supposed breakup. And so I appreciate when celebs can kind of laugh at things, and instead of just, responding with outrage and horror, it's something that you really can't control. They respond with humor. In this case, of course, sarcastic humor, but humor just the same, and I appreciate that. Our next story is about a post on social media that is, it's both heartwarming and it ends up being heartwarming, but it just makes me sad. And that is that it's about a little boy named Colton Raymer, who was involved in the planning of his 7th birthday party. His mom says he helped me design and write the invitations. That was from his mom, Megan Meeker. And he then distributed those invitations to his classmates in Keystone Heights, Florida. His mom says every day Colton would come home from school and ask me if anyone had called to say they were coming. When a week went by without a single RSVP, Meeker began to worry. I had this horrible feeling that no one was going to show up, she said. And this is becoming a trend that's just making me sad. So many parents are posting that nobody is showing up to their kids' birthday parties. Now, maybe their kid is a horrible little brat in school, but you can't be all of them. And there's still even little strange, horrible kids, and I don't take that derogatorily. I'm not saying that any of these kids are horrible, and all kids deserve to have friends. And these posts just make me sad. So June 8th was the day of his Fortnite-themed birthday, and he got everything assembled. He helped assemble the gift bags and that were filled with hand-picked toys. He helped to fill the piñata, and his mom said he was so excited. He had never had a birthday party with friends before, so it was a big deal. When they arrived at the outdoor venue, Colton took a seat at a picnic table and began to scan the crowd for his buddies. And his mom's stomach, of course, was in knots. At 1:58, she wrote to the Facebook group Keystone Heights Word of Mouth saying, at 3:19, I don't know if it matters, but she wrote, "Hey everyone, I have a favor. My son's birthday party was today at Keystone Beach. We're still here. We invited everyone from his class, and so far no one showed. I'm asking if anyone could please make a stop down and help celebrate my son's 7th birthday. He is beyond crushed. This was his very first birthday, his first party with school friends, and no one showed. Come on down, no gifts needed. We have cupcakes, juice, etc. Everyone is welcome. I just want to give my son a good party. We'll be here for another hour or so maybe. So if you're not busy, come on down," with a smiley face emoji. And she posted pictures of the empty picnic tables and her son looking very sad. She says that Colton kept asking, "What time is it? And why isn't anyone here yet?" Then he started crying, and my mother was like, "Megan, you need to do something. You have to make this right." And that's when she posted to the Facebook page. She asked if anyone in the area wanted to pop by with their kiddos. And what happened next speaks volumes about the kindness of strangers, because within 15 minutes, they were surrounded by more than 60 well-wishers, including local firefighters and police officers. Meeker is quoted as saying, "Teenage boys took time out of their day to come say hi. Colton couldn't stop smiling. He was so thankful." And there is another post, this time by Clay County Sheriff's Office in Florida. Over the weekend, deputies Spalding and Carter were honored to attend a birthday party being held at Keystone Beach. It was an amazing time, and we were glad to be there. Thank you to all the wonderful young people and their parents. As you can see, Clay County Fire and Rescue were able to come out too, which was icing on the cake, figuratively speaking. So Raymer's family recently relocated to Florida from upstate New York. Mom says, "I was overwhelmed by how the community stepped up to help us. We're new here. We've kept to ourselves. It shows you how good people are." As for Colton, Meeker says he has been telling everyone it was the best birthday ever. Well, I'm glad it turned out okay, but those stories always make me sad, and I'm glad that it worked out and that people stepped up. And who knows why his classmates didn't show up? I mean, there could be a million different reasons, but it just kind of makes me glad I have puppies and not children who would be heartbroken and sad about various things. So we are going to take our second break of the podcast, and when we come back, more videos. Stay tuned.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Welcome back to the GSMC Social Media News Podcast. We are talking about a lot of viral videos this week. The next one is another kind of heartbreaking story. This one about the 7-year-old actress who plays Tony Stark's daughter in Avengers Endgame. She's adorable. Her name is Lexi Rabe or Raby. I'm not sure exactly. And she posted a short video on Instagram. She has the cutest little lisp, and she's just talking about, she's only 7, and so sometimes she acts silly, and she goes out. So please don't bully her family. That is an extreme soundbite of her video, which isn't that long, but she is very sweet. She's got the sweetest smile at the end too. So the post underneath the video says, "I hate that we even have to post this, but yet again, Lexi's getting bullied, and this kind of thing makes celebrities never want to leave the house, never want to meet people. Please keep your opinions to yourself so Lexi can grow up in the free world. She's a normal human being and she's a child. We give her a talking and we give her timeouts, but we don't do that in public. Sometimes we're rushing from place to place, stressed like everyone else to get to set on time or work or whatever, and we seem a little grumpy. I'm sorry if you see us this way, but that's life. If you ask us for an autograph, we always almost say yes. If we happen to be having a bad day, that might put us right on the right. We are not perfect. These perfect children are not being given the freedoms and the rights that they should. If your child is so scared to be themselves in public and mess up a little, then you're overparenting. We give our children plenty of rules and boundaries, but then give them the freedoms to mess up and learn from their own mistakes. They would not be on set on movies if they weren't well behaved. Trust me, they have no desire to hire kids like that. And there were plenty of children that productions can't work with. So if you see us in public and think you have the right to judge, wait. Number 1, until you have children of your own. And number 2, realize that we're not perfect and we're not claiming to be. But just try to realize the different strokes for different folks. What you do with your kids may work for you, and what I do with my kids works well for me. My children love and respect me even if they act out sometimes. Thank you, Jessica." And then, so that is the post that's obviously written by Lexi's mom. In the video, Lexi says, "Hi, I'm Lexi, and I'm only 7 years old, and I mess up sometimes." She is also currently appearing in Godzilla, King of the Monsters, so she's having a big, big summer. She goes on to explain that she sometimes acts silly in public, but that doesn't mean she should be criticized. "If I go anywhere and I'm acting a little silly or I messed up or anything like that, I'm just 7 years old," she says, adding, "Please don't bully my family or me." And she ends this video with by quoting her Endgame character, "I love you 3000," and then she blows the cutest kiss. It is a very, very sweet post about a problem that this family is having. And I'm sure, people in this day and age feel like they can comment on everything, but she is just a child, and, she is only 7. So, of course, she's not going to act like a complete professional, although she is incredibly poised in this video. But it's a sad post, and hopefully their family can experience more kindness from strangers and less criticism. Another video that has recently gone viral is less sad, although there is crying involved. It is a video of 8-year-old Derek, who is wrapped in an embrace with his cap and gown-clad sister. That happens to be Charlie, who is 5, and she was graduating from preschool. He is holding her and crying, and she is crying, and the Instagram post says, hashtag #FeelGoodFriday. Today my daughter graduated from pre-K. After the ceremony, my son walked up to her and gave her a hug. "I'm just so proud of you," he said. Then, of course, my daughter started crying. As we wiped away our tears, my husband asked her, "Pumpkin, why are you crying?" She responded, "I'm just so happy." We are so blessed. Tag someone below who is a blessing in your life. Let them know how much they mean to you. If you can't tag them, call them, text them, or write them a letter. It's important that we share joy. It is important that we share joy. So it is a very sweet picture, and there is a video to go with it of brother and sister hugging. Of course, she looks adorable in her little cap and gown, and it was shared. Let's see. It was shared by the Today Show. They say this video is giving us all the feels. When this little girl graduated from pre-K, her brother gave her the biggest hug to celebrate. And then there is a link. So there is, according to Mom, Charlie lives for Derek's approval. She admires him so much. At home, she follows him around and wants to do everything he does. There's a really cute picture of the whole family also. And it's just a very sweet story. So this is a much sweeter story than the last one, which had a very cute little girl in it as well. But yeah, so I can see why this video went viral, and that makes me happy when sweet things like that go viral instead of things that make me cry for bad reasons. Our last story is not a video, but it is actually something that my husband called me today to tell me about. He said he was going to take a picture. He was going to take a picture of the television, and instead he accidentally hit the call button on the text, and he called to tell me about a bride who had, he said, guess how many bridesmaids she had? And I jokingly said, 25. Nope, I was off by 9. She had 34. So she got married in Destin, Florida, and there was the wedding photo shoot on Casme Carter's beach on June 1st. People were staring, Casme Carter's beach wedding photo shoot, not Casme Carter's beach. I apologize. People were staring, Carter told Today. No one could figure out what was going on. It was clear that Carter, in a white bathing suit and veil, was the one getting married, but who were the 34 women standing behind her? And as we know, those were her bridesmaids. Carter is 38. She tied the knot with her husband, Gary, actually on June 2nd, so the photo shoot was the day before, and she says she wouldn't have had it any other way. Everyone was handpicked. She is a New Orleans-based performer. She said, I traveled for 18 years as a singer and made incredible friends along the way. I felt so loved and blessed to have them by my side. And she said she was blown away by how quickly the diverse group of women who ranged from 21 to 50 bonded with each other. We had doctors and performers and lawyers, just a big assortment of different personalities, and it was nothing but love, she said. My girls from Atlanta are now talking to my girls from Nashville on social media, and it makes me so happy. Pictures of the photo shoot look like a giant party, with 34 bridesmaids. It is kind of a party. So to make things easier for her bridal party, Carter asked the women to wear neutral tones to the 5 a.m. sunrise nuptials. Whew.
I don't think I can get up at 5 a.m., but that's okay. Many picked dresses they already owned, while others grabbed a $25 design that Carter found on Amazon. She said, I wanted to keep it simple and affordable. I told them that not to give me gifts and that them being there for me was the best present I could receive. She also chose a destination where no one would have to travel more than 6 hours by car. So that is very sweet. The wedding ceremony went off without a hitch. 12 of the bridesmaids walked with the groomsmen while the others came down the aisle fashion show style, like they were on a runway. And that is a pretty amazing number of bridesmaids to fit in. I mean, there are 12 groomsmen too, so even if it had been 12 and 12, that's still a pretty substantial wedding party. When I got married, I wanted three bridesmaids, and my husband wanted 10. We compromised at 6. So, I just scrolled up and saw a picture I hadn't noticed before. At the June 1st photo shoot, they're all in swimming suits. So the bride is in the white bikini and her veil, and then all the bridesmaids are in different swimming suits. And then for the wedding, they wore those neutral colors. And of course, there is a picture of that as well, with all of them gathered around the bride on the beach. And it looks like it was a beautiful day and a beautiful beach. So definitely you need, I think, an outdoor space or a really, really, really big space if you have 34 bridesmaids. We definitely could have had 10 at my wedding because 6 barely fit in the church that I grew up in. So we would have had to move outside or somewhere else. At any rate, it's a very fun looking photo shoot, and to each their own when it comes to the number of attendants you choose to have at your wedding. So we're going to wrap up this episode of the GSMC Social Media News Podcast. Thank you for joining me for all of these viral videos, etc. And I hope you have a great week until we meet to talk about what's trending next time.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Social Media Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network, from movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.